let's dive into branding for homestead businesses. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about small town and rural. I'm actually the second generation owner, so we're a multi-generational family-owned marketing and design agency with a focus on considerate marketing. That means that we're helping businesses to succeed by providing them with the education that they need to expand their business, marketing to help get the word out, and branding to make them look good while they're doing it. We've been helping people for over 20 years now. When you decide to purchase a tool on your homestead, there are some tools that you know are worth investing a little bit more in. You want this investment to stand the test of time and maybe even be something you can give to the next generation. Branding is a tool worth investing in. The goal behind doing all this work to develop your homestead brand with your name, your logo, your marketing materials, and more is to create designs that last. Anyone who's spent time repairing something knows having the right tool for the job can be the difference between a 5-minute task and a 3-hour task. So why should your branding and marketing materials be any different? Not having the right tools means you have to spend more time convincing your customers to buy from you and less time actually running your homestead. So before we jump into it, what is branding? Well, branding encompasses every way in which you communicate who you are and what you provide to your customers. Your homestead name, the tone of your articles, your brochures, everything down to your packaging and social media posts are a part of your brand. A logo ties all of this together, but it's the consistency between all these items that makes your brand memorable, the colors and the fonts that you're using. So, what does good branding do for your homestead? What's the benefit of spending time investing in branding? Well, it's going to attract your ideal customer to your products. And they're going to be more willing to pay your price because they're understanding the value that you're providing. It's going to captivate the attention of your ideal customer so that they don't just scroll past your social media posts when they see it on social media. They'll actually stop and pay attention. And it makes a great first impression, so potential customers know who you are right from the beginning. Good branding makes you unforgettable. It makes you stand out from the competition, and it can even encourage return business and referrals. That being said, go ahead and open up the branding evaluation workbook that you downloaded from the Marketing Toolbox and go to page 2. That way you can start your branding audit. You're going to want to answer the questions yes or no. Does your branding look like everyone else in your industry? Does your branding fit the products and services you currently sell? And do you love your branding? There's a lot of really great questions here that will help you have a clear direction of where to go to upgrade your business. When the value that you're communicating with your brand is paired with the quality of your real-world products, you start to build expectations. And when you follow through with these expectations, you're now building loyalty and trust in your homestead products. This will result in return business and referrals because if people trust you, who are they going to refer their family and friends to? Someone that they know, like, and trust. It is essential that you clearly communicate to your ideal customers what they can expect from the time between the first impression and their first purchase. So let me kind of illustrate this concept. When you see honey at the store, you're going to assume the bottle with rugged textures, honeycomb patterns, and 100% natural placed in a prominent spot is more likely to be natural raw honey than the bottle sitting next to it with a simple sticker. That's because the first design is communicating better and faster within that split second it takes for you to choose between the two. This is how design communicates and how it competes against your competitors. You might provide a lot of value in your products, but if you don't communicate it in every way you can, no one will know. So let's dive in to your branding. Go to page 3 in the brand evaluation workbook so that we can talk about your homestead name. This is the cornerstone of your brand. A great homestead name should grab your ideal customer's attention right away. Differentiate you from your competition, so it has to be different from the other homesteads that are selling similar products in your area. It should be short and easy to remember. Remember, you do have a tagline or slogan that you can have with your brand, so you don't have to put all the information in your name. You want it to be easy for people to recall your name. You should tell them who you are and why they should care. Let's talk about logos. Go to page 4 in the brand evaluation workbook. So what makes a great logo? Well, a logo should make a great impression. In order to do that, it needs to be unique, it needs to stand out amongst the crowd, and needs to catch your ideal customer's attention. It needs to be memorable so they're able to recognize your logo anywhere. When they see your products, they should know it's you, not anyone else. It needs to be scalable. And what I mean by scalable is it can grow with you and your brand. If you're a farm and your logo's a pig, but later you want to get chickens, well, that could be a problem. But if your logo has a distinctive shape and it has a barn on it, you can get your chickens without having to change your logo. Harmonious. This means that your logo needs to go with your brand personality and complement your style. If you're a laid-back, easygoing homesteader, your logo needs to communicate this. Easy to use. You should be able to use your logo anywhere and have versions for every occasion. Having a wide, square, and Submark version of your logo is super important. Your logo needs to be high quality. What I'm specifically talking about here is not the design, but is actually the quality of the image itself. So it should look clear and sharp. You need to make sure that the logo isn't pixelated with little squares along the edges, blurred so it looks fuzzy, stretched, or distorted. You need to make sure that you have a high quality version of your logo that you can use on all your branding. So what kind of logos do you need? If you think of your logo as a tool to communicate who you are and what you do, then you realize you need the right tool for the job. You need logos that look good on flyers, social media posts, and t-shirts. Those are going to be different formats. So you need a primary logo. This is the foundation of your whole brand. With a solid logo, this actually can elevate your business to a whole new level. This can include your tagline, established date, location. It's probably going to be full color. As you can see, this primary logo is going to have a lot more information. That's why you need secondary logos. Your secondary logos are variations on your primary logo. They look and feel similar to the main logo, but it can be different in terms of layout and color, so you have more options on where you can put your logo. There are going to be situations where color or spacing is limited, so it's important to have these alternatives on hand so that people can clearly recognize your brand in all of these different situations. You're going to need a square version for social media, a short version for your website, and a one-color version for t-shirts, invoices, and other printed materials. And you also are going to need Submark. A Submark is a simplified version of your primary logo. They often pull an icon, symbol, element, or initials from your primary logo, but can also stand alone as an identifying mark. Think of a cattle rancher's brand. This is what we're talking about, something that's super distinctive about your logo. This can be used in your social media profile picture so that it's actually legible in those teeny tiny images that you see in the comments. Watermarks, favicons, those are the icons that are displayed in the web browser's address bar, on marketing materials, t-shirts, or other graphics. This is a often overlooked element of a very solid and distinctive brand. That being said, what are the most important alternative logos? A short vertical logo for your website navigation so that it is easy to be able to know that you're on the right site and it actually fits in that place and you're not using too much valuable real estate with your logo. A single color logo for t-shirts and other printed materials like invoices and receipts. For example, I know that the Square app requires you to have a black version of your logo, so you need to make sure that you have a version that actually looks good in just black and white. You need to have a simplified Square logo for your social media avatar, and a 16 pixel by 16 pixel simplified logo to use as a favicon for your website. And remember, a favicon is that teeny tiny logo that's shown in the address bar on a website. All right, let's talk about fonts and color palette. Go to page 5 in the brand evaluation workbook so that we can go over that information. Brand fonts. A question we actually get asked frequently is, how many fonts should I have for my brand? The answer is 2 to 3 fonts that you use consistently across all your branding. A font that shows your personality and is readable is going to go a long way in adding consistency to all of your branding, whether that is on a social media post, on your website, or even on a flyer. People are going to get that that's you, and they're also going to be able to understand who you are with the use of fonts. You should have a title font and a text font, and an optional accent font that is in a more fun and statement piece. Brand colors. This is a tricky one for some people because everyone loves so many different colors. It's important to keep it simple so that you can be distinctive and recognizable, because our brains prefer brands that are distinctive and easily recognizable versus inconsistent or generic ones. And you can start to get some inconsistency if you have too many colors in your color palette, because you won't be able to use all of them on each branded print material or on your website. And so it will start to feel like you have a bunch of different color palettes. So you should choose 2 main colors, an accent color, and a few neutral colors for your color palette. This is going to help simplify things for you while still giving you a lot of options for creativity. So, what marketing materials do you need for your homestead? A potential customer typically needs to see your brand at least 7 times before making the decision to buy from you. So, marketing materials actually are extremely important for your business. So if I had to pick only 3 things that every business needed, I would have to say that the first one be a great newsletter design. You don't want to be dependent on any one social media site, so you really got to start building your newsletter list. Having 10 people on your email list may not seem like a lot, but if you had 10 people packed in a room, focused on you and ready to buy, that would be significant. The quality of the people on your list is more important than the quantity. Second would be social media graphics. Having a social media image that's reusable is essential for social media marketing. We had a customer who shared posts on Facebook without images to announce their weekly specials. The post usually received about 5 views. We posted the same post on the same day with an image, and without even a boost or any advertising, it received 400 views on the same day. So having a reusable social media image that you can add to your quick promotional posts is actually a huge time saver, especially when you don't have the ability to snap an image right then or spend time searching for one. This will help you to be more consistent on your social media marketing, because you always know that you can send out a post and it'll only take you a few minutes, so you can take care of the things that you need on the homestead while still marketing your business, and it won't take all of your time. The third thing would be a useful business card. Cold hard truth is that people think you must have a business card to be a legitimate business, but they're also typically thrown away after networking events. And we want to make sure that you're investing in things that are actually going to improve your sales and attract more customers. So we suggest that you put a coupon or a special offer on the back of your business card so that people are encouraged to not only keep your business card, but that it's useful to them. And it will help make it so that the investment that you're making in your business cards and your branding actually has more of an impact. So I talked a little bit about how customers need to see your business 7 times before they're ready to buy. This is just based on research that people have done, how long it takes for someone to gain trust in a new business, to be able to make the decision to purchase from someone. So let me illustrate this, and I think it really explains how important branding is for businesses and why it's so important to invest in your branding. Let's say you're on the way home from work and you see a billboard that has a new feed brand for chicken feed. And then when you're at the hardware store picking up some parts for a repair job you're doing, you see a flyer for that same feed brand. Then you're at your kid's little league game and someone's wearing a t-shirt for that feed brand. Then you're picking up some new chicken feed and you see it at the feed store. You're scrolling through Facebook and you see a social media post where someone's talking about how great this new feed is. Then you see the bag of feed in the back of someone's truck. Pretty soon you're starting to wonder, what's so great about this new brand of feed? And maybe you should try it out. The next time you go to put chicken feed on your shopping list, you decide to look up that new brand that you've been hearing all about online and compare them to your current feed. At this point, you've resolved to purchase it and give it a try. So who sold you the feed? Certainly wasn't anyone at the feed company, because you didn't talk to anyone at the feed company. No, it was the feed company's marketing materials and branding. This is why marketing materials is so important to help you grow awareness of your homestead business, attract more customers, and captivate their interest while you're hard at work in your homestead. You can be out in the field tending your sheep or checking on your crops, all the while your marketing materials are making sales for you. So it's important that you make sure that your website, brochure, and even social media posts are using consistent fonts, colors, and logos so that you can make an impact. Use the brand evaluation to have an idea of where you need to go next with your brand. You want to look at your website, your social networks, all of your current print marketing materials, your product labels. You want to look at all of that so that you know that it is consistent and that it connects with your ideal customers. Now that you know what you need, it's time to get the right tools for the job. You should stop trying to make do with missing or broken tools and start investing in your future with the branding you need to make more sales, to turn your homestead into a thriving business. Some people think the only way to have a recognizable brand is to have a large budget, but that isn't true. The most successful brands are tapping into in-depth research and science to create emotional connections with their potential customers, using the colors and fonts to make their brands memorable. We are going to teach you how to use these methods to create your own successful branding for your business in our brand style course. This course is going to help you discover your brand style, create your mood board, explore your brand colors, and find your font style. It includes bonuses such as the Homestead name checklist, branding checklist, and social media checklist, and honestly, a whole lot more. VIP members of the Ladies Homestead Gathering get 10% off. So go over to smll.ink/brand style to check out this course.